Welcome to Adventures in the Spirit with Jared Lasky. Our hope is that you will be encouraged and equipped through this podcast as we have conversations with friends from around the world. You can subscribe to our podcast and go to our website, firebornministries.com, and sign up for our email list to stay up to date on Fireborn Ministries. And may you have your own adventures in the Spirit. And now we hope you enjoy today's podcast.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining into Adventures in the Spirit with Jared Lasky. Guys, I've got a special episode today. I'm so excited for this to introduce you to my kids, Zechariah, Lydia, Malachi, and Isaiah. They've been busy as the Holy Spirit has worked in them and through them during this season of 2020, and they are self-publishing their own book. So without further ado, I want to welcome two of my four kids right now, Malachi and Isaiah, to Adventures in the Spirit. Hey, Lasky kids, welcome.
Hey, Dad. Hello.
It's so exciting to have you guys on the show. And I was curious, what was God doing in you and through you during this quarantine?
Would you like me to say that, Isaiah? Yeah. Well, at the beginning of the year, when all this COVID stuff started, we had it in our hearts that we wanted to help people, but we didn't really know how. So we were talking at the dinner table one night about how we could bring the gospel to people that are closed off to that in their wherever they live. And I don't know who started talking about it, but one of us brought up the idea of making a book about this character named Baby Boo Bear, since this guy, our aunt, she likes to call him Baby Boo Bear, since he's so young and cute. But, so we just thought of that, and then within 30 minutes, I think that my dad or you got a call from I forget what their names were, and they were just talking about doing the same thing.
Yes.
To people
So you made a book called Baby Boo Bear Goes to the Amusement Park. So Isaiah, what is the background? Malachi's already mentioned your auntie niece called you Baby Boo Bear. What is the background to the story, and why did it become an illustrated book?
Well, we were just talking about it one night, and then we actually made it, and then our illustrator?
Yes.
Yeah. Her name is Sophia, and she is really good at drawing. Yeah, drawing pictures.
And she's our sister's best friend. But yeah. So she illustrated the books, and we wrote it. And you said, how did we base off of that?
Well, what was the inspiration behind the story? So can you explain who Baby Boo Bear is and how that came into our family?
Yeah. So like I said, he's based off of Isaiah, and we just came up with the story one night when we were brainstorming ideas for the book after we had already decided on what we were going to do. And then we just started thinking of ideas, and one of them was to overcome fear. So that's what the book Baby Boo Bear Goes to the Amusement Park is all about. Overcoming fear so that he can ride a roller coaster.
The biggest, fattest one.
Yeah. The biggest, baddest roller coaster. So during this season of COVID-19 quarantine, this message of overcoming fear is needed. What has God shown you in your life to overcome fear?
Well, honestly, just knowing that he is here with us, and I have family who love me and I love them, and that as long as I have one, a Hard Rock Foundation or Jesus, and two, somewhere to go to when I'm afraid, then I know that I'll be okay.
Awesome. Isaiah, how do you overcome fear?
I just think about Jesus and that there are angels protecting me all around me.
That's awesome. Awesome. So with Baby Boo Bear, you have self-published it, and it's available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and anywhere people can purchase books. Are there other books and stories that you're thinking about doing in this series?
Well, we've been talking of doing more books in the future. And some of the storylines, we've been thinking of getting one about where he gets lost in a grocery store and he doesn't know what to do, or one where there's a bully bothering him, and he needs to overcome that. But yeah, we definitely have more books in store for this series.
Yeah, that's exciting. And then you're raising money to have things translated for a nation that is close to the gospel, a nation that is in the Middle East, and proceeds towards purchasing Baby Boo Bear goes towards this special cause. And we can't say which place it's going to, but it's a great cause. It's going to be going to the underground church, equipping and empowering people, discipling them. How much money are you trying to raise right now through the book?
Well, honestly, I don't know the exact numbers, but of course we're still raising money for more books in the future, and we still have a little bit more. But I don't know what the exact numbers are, but I just hope that we go above and beyond above those, so that people that don't know Jesus can get saved and know him.
Yes. So are you guys currently working on a new story, a sequel to Baby Boo Bear?
Well, not quite yet, but
During your Christmas vacation.
yeah, exactly. Maybe in a few weeks or so, we'll probably start brainstorming more ideas again. But when we do that, I can't wait to see what happens with the book.
Awesome. Well, I love you guys. Thank you so very much. I want to say welcome now to my oldest son, Zechariah, and my daughter, Lydia.
Hello.
All the Lasky kids and their mom, Rochelle, my precious wife, were part of the Baby Boo Bear story and illustrating it and self-publishing it. But God did an incredible work in our family. I'm going to summarize a little bit that I had a car that had gotten totaled. I wasn't in it, but it got totaled. And I also had some knowings that this might happen, but I'd actually prayed over the car like a week before that if anything happens to it, people will be okay, people will be safe, protected. And it got totaled when it was parked. And then the insurance got involved, and there was a payment from the person's insurance company paid us. And at the time, I realized I didn't need a car. And God told me to give that money towards a cause. And we were at the dinner table one night, and we were talking about what we could do. And this idea, the Holy Spirit inspired idea came up about doing this Baby Boo Bear book or Baby Boo Bear series to raise money for a translation of discipleship materials for a nation closed to the gospel. And we took a step of faith. I threw that insurance payment in as seed money towards the project. But Zechariah, what did God show you as you were working odd jobs during the summer? What did the Holy Spirit do in you?
So during the summer, I was able to get a job for a man that I had no idea. I just met him, and he said, so I'm looking for some help with some yard work, and I saw a guy down the road, and he had a lawnmower going across the street to mow someone's yard. Do you know that child? And I said, yeah, that was me. He said, well, I'm needing some help for the summer, and I can pay you really well. And so I said, yes, I would love to. And you met the man, and we were able to get a job. So with the money that I made during that summer, I had a very good pile of money in my bank account that I didn't really know what to do with. And so God really told me one day when I was watching a YouTube video upstairs, my dad, I think, was on the phone with someone else. And he said, Z, I want you to donate everything in your bank account. I was completely stunned because the money, I had no idea like what I was going to do with it. And I didn't know how to use it. So God told me to do that. And I really felt like that was the thing I had to do. And so I went downstairs and I told my dad, Dad, I need to give you this money to plant into the ministry. And the total, I think, was about $2,000. And that was a very good, substantial amount of money.
For a 14-year-old.
Yeah, very, very much. And now I'm 15. And I really, really felt a sense of peace because I know that that was going to bless other people. And it was not going to bless me as much as it did them to translate the Bible to help them.
Right. So you were 14 at the time that you got the job. You're 15 now. Okay. But you gave $2,000 towards this project. And so as a total, because I'd given $3,000 from the insurance payment for the car, so that was $5,000. So with the Baby Boo Bear project and these 4 books that are being translated, how much money is needed left over?
We are really wanting to see $15,000 come through from the sales of the book to help with the complete restoration of the ministry and the project.
Right. So, and at the same time, our 5,000 was matched.
Yeah, it
Our
was.
5,000 was matched. So there's $10,000, but this total, the project is $25,000 or $30,000, and the Lasky family through Baby Boo Bear is wanting to raise $15,000. Lydia, what did God do in you and through you? And what was He speaking to you about Baby Boo Bear?
Well, so when we were planning it, I started writing some of it with the boys because we were like, hey, we have this great idea for a book. So we were writing it down, and then one night we're like, let's put this together. And then I was like, we need an illustrator. And I was like, I know someone who does great digital art, and she's my best friend, and she did it all, and it looks great. And she said she did it in over 55 hours to make the one book. And yeah, like I just felt like God told me, Lydia, I need you to tell them that your friend could illustrate this book. And yeah, so
you included your friend. What's your friend's name?
her name is Sophia, and yeah.
Yeah, so your video is now on the Fireborn Ministries YouTube page, and then her video is now on the Fireborn Ministries YouTube page talking about Baby Boo Bear. So what is one thing that you want our audience to take away from this conversation?
Well, I don't really know. I just, I want them to feel led to buy the book because it's a great book. I've reviewed it. Hopefully we're going to get the author copy in our hands in a couple weeks here, but it's just a great book. And I feel like if you buy the book, you're giving towards a cause. That's a good cause. Mm-hmm. You're giving money to help raise this money for the cause where people who don't know the gospel can learn it now. So I just feel like I want people to feel led to buy this book.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. That was my Lasky kids. And I'm currently out of the country, but that's okay. The Holy Spirit's doing an incredible work in my family and in me. And you could feel free to purchase Baby Boo Bear Goes to the Amusement Park, available on Amazon. It's currently as a Kindle. The paperback is coming. And probably by the time that this podcast is released, it'll be available. It's also going to be on Barnes & Noble and anywhere that you get your books. But if you You could purchase the books for yourself, your family, your kids, or your grandkids. You could also purchase the books and donate them to friends and family as well. Or if you don't want to buy the book, you could please feel free to donate to Fireborn Ministries Overseas Resources. You could go to firebornministries.com, donate to Overseas Resources, and it goes directly to this project. Lasky kids, I love you. I'm so proud of you.
Bye, Dad.
Thank you so much for listening to our conversation and Adventures in the Spirit. We hope that this podcast encouraged and inspired you to press into Jesus and launches you into your own adventure. You can stay up to date with Fireborn Ministries by going to our website, firebornministries.com, and like us on Facebook. And may you have your own Adventures in the Spirit.